Revelation 1058. From the 15th of August 1939 and the 16th of August 1939. The essence of matter. Matter seems to be without essence to the human being and everything not visibly containing life in itself. And he does not consider how serious exactly the stay in matter is for all spiritual. How exactly matter is the gathering place of all immature spirits and which is the eternal Creator's intended important purpose for matter. And therefore matter itself must have originated from the will of God. The will of God consequently became form as something what must last. It cannot sink arbitrarily again into nothingness, but it must remain. And is therefore imperishable, however in itself changeable. And everything what is imperishable must be spirit, out of the Spirit of God. And this spiritual out of God is enclosed with a cover visible for you humans, therefore what is visible to you as matter is hidden, that is enclosed spiritual, whose cover is however exposed to a constant change, for the purpose of the union of the spiritual and therefore constant increase. This clear explanation gives you information about the disputed question whether and to what extent the matter is insubstantial, and it explains sufficiently the importance of everything what appears visibly in creation. What exists is all spirit out of God, but to the people on earth, everything spiritual again remains invisible. However, it must be made recognizable to the human eye and must be therefore purely externally visible. And the term matter can therefore not be made understandable differently than that innumerable spiritual entities took stay in visible covers created by God for a purpose. And it is now the task of these entities to break through the cover, thus to become free from any cover. That is, to overcome matter. Nothing in creation is without purpose, and nothing visible remains unchanged. Also the spiritual always changes, however, not visible to the human eye, and this lets man come to the assumption that matter holds nothing existing, nothing living in itself. Men cannot follow the development of matter in his short time on earth, because often an unbelievably long time belongs to it, before an old form has dissolved and has changed to a new form. And therefore everything that needs a long time to change, appears to man as completely dead, as insubstantial, because where man can observe a constant transformation, there he already admits a certain life in himself, and where a life is established, there one also rather recognizes the spiritual power, which is just the epitome of life. The more man now gives room to this thought in himself, that everything created is as it were God's breath, but that God's breath can never ever be something dead, without essence, but always and constantly stimulating power to life, which stimulates everything to activity, but never remains in inactivity, then he never considers the solid form visible to him as inanimate mass, and the connection of all works of creation becomes clear to him, because all these works of creation are carriers of innumerable entities, which strive towards a unification in themselves, and for this, need both a long time and an outer form. Amen.